This is the season of You Talkshow, where putting yourself first is always in season. Life is bound to suck at times, and that is why I made this space where you can learn tips and tricks to navigate the suck. In this space, we honor and grow through seasons of singleness, seasons of sadness, seasons of celebration, seasons of hope, and also seasons of nope. So go ahead, crack open a Celt with your new BFF and life coach, Megan herself, me, and let's dive into today's show. Welcome to this episode of the season of You Talk Show. I am so excited to be here with you today and talk about something that is weighing heavily on my heart, which is working through the seasons of suck. So I myself have been through quite a few seasons of suck, but one in particular that I want to touch on is the season where you so desperately want to cultivate and claim and create and build something of your own, but it's just not in the cards for you right now. So for me, last year at this time, so if for reference, if you're listening to this in the future, hello, this is past Megan coming at you. Last year in 2020, I still had a place in California, but I was living in Rhode Island because my nephew was dying of a rare disease and I wanted to be here with him, but I still had my stuff in California. So I was living at my mom's house because, I was still paying rent in California and California ain't cheap. So that's kind of how that was breaking down. And I just cried and cried and cried because I had no space to call my own. And as I have been growing and evolving and becoming older, I have learned what a value my space is to me. My own space is everything. I don't really feel comfortable around a lot of people, so I need a space that I can call mine, and I didn't have that a year ago. And so I would just literally cry and just say that I had no place to go. I had no place to call my own. I had no place to run to. So therefore, I just was in the car all the time and crying in my car. So if you're in a space where you feel like you don't have your own space and you don't have your own surroundings and nothing around you reflects who you are, I just want to say stand strong, because I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to intentionally curate your future to be something that you've been dreaming and wishing for. So, you know what they say? A wish is a dream is a goal with its work boots on. So a goal, no, that's right. A dream is a goal with its work boots on. So we gonna be working. So for me, I now have this cute home that I rent, and it is decorated. It could not be any more me. It is 100% decorated to my taste. I feel so comfortable here. It is a space that reflects who I am on the inside, outward. And that's something I've never done because I've lived in like 7 apartments and I never moved in. So what I mean by that is I would move in, right? I've bought so many couches and I never want to buy another couch again. But every time I would move, I wouldn't put things on the wall. I wouldn't decorate it. I wouldn't make it feel like home. One time when I moved to California, I didn't buy silverware for 7 months. Why? Great question. The only reason I got silverware is because somebody said, hey, I don't like my mother-in-law and she gave me this silverware. Do you want it? And I was like, you bet. There were just things that A, I couldn't spend extra money because I was all on my own, but B, I didn't want that place to feel permanent because in my mind, it was not worthy of permanence, if that makes sense. So even though these were places that I was paying a lot of money to live in and that were beautiful spaces, they just echoed. And I remember when I moved back to Rhode Island and I started going to therapy again to see my magical therapist, and I said, listen, my California apartment is empty and it echoes. And I was like, it just feels empty because I never put any of me in it because A, it was expensive. B, I didn't want it to feel permanent for some reason. And I didn't want any place I've ever lived to be permanent because I always moved so quickly. I was always like, all right, next place, next state, different state, next place, move back around across the country, move back across the country. And so I never was able to convince myself to put my feet down. And she goes, well, Megan, oftentimes our home are a reflection of how we feel on the inside. Do you feel empty on the inside? And the answer to that was, hell yeah, I do. I feel so empty, which is true. I felt so beyond empty inside. And it's true. My apartment, my place in California, my place in Vegas, my place in Rhode Island, my place in Vegas, place in California, were so empty, just like me. And so I knew that even though 1 year ago I had no place to live and I was living with my mom, but still paying rent in California and flying out to California every so often to pick some stuff up, get some stuff in order, and then I'd fly back and I'd go and I'd do it again. And I knew that even though in that moment I had nowhere to live because I was going to move back to Rhode Island, I knew there were a few things I had to do. So I'm going to share those few things with you right now. And hopefully if you are in a season where you are really, really desiring something that you know is on your heart and you know is something that you will get, however, you just don't know how the fuck you gonna get it, hopefully these tips will help you. Tip number 1, definitely outline the parameters of what you want. So for me, I said I want a 2-bedroom house with 2 bathrooms on the water. Okay, I know it's a little bougie, but I was like, listen, that's what I want. I want a 2-bedroom house with 2 bathrooms on water. Okay, we're gonna keep that in mind. So I told everyone, I said, okay, I want this. And in the meantime, I was looking at apartments and renting houses and nothing was screaming to me, like nothing was really jumping out and everything was really expensive and it was just kind of weird, right? So I was like, okay, cool, whatever, put it out into the universe. I want a 2-bedroom house with 2 bathrooms and water. Okay. So then we keep moving on with our daily life, moving on. I still have nothing, still living in California, still living in Rhode Island, back and forth. And it was Christmas time and I had no place to decorate. So what I did was I went to the Christmas tree shop. And if you are not from New England, what that is essentially a place where they sell Christmas and a lot of Christmas. And also when Christmas is in the season, they sell every other season. So it's kind of like Home Goods. It's kind of like Home Goods. We'll just say that. It's kind of like Home Goods. And so I went to the Christmas tree shop and I bought $100 worth of Christmas decorations, which at the time was a lot of money for me because I was spending so much money on rent. I was just, money was just leaving me quickly. And so I went to the Christmas tree shop and I bought $100 for decorations for Christmas for a house that I didn't yet have. This to me, I think, was everything because I knew that next year, right now, this year, I would have a home where I could decorate and make all of these decorations have a place and have purpose and peace and tie all together to create a perfect Christmas wonderland, okay? So, anywho, I get them, I put them in a box, I wrap them all up, I forget about them. Truly, I forgot I bought them. So, one day in February, I hear my mom, because I'm still living at my mom's house, scream, "Oh my gosh, I know where Megan can live." She made a few phone calls and there was this house available, and I now live in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house on water, and I just unpacked all of the Christmas decorations that I bought last year and put them in my home that I used to dream about being able to live in. And so I get a little choked up because it's so easy to forget that everything we wish for and we dream for when it becomes current reality, it's so easy to just push it to the side and say, well, I want something else. Well, I want something else. Well, I want something else. This is good, but this is great, but I need this and I need that. And I just challenge you to look around your current life and just look at what you once dreamed for, and now that it's your everyday current reality. I was just sitting downstairs looking at my perfect dog. He's healthy, he's cute as all get out, watching church, looking at the Christmas decorations I bought a year ago, not knowing where they were going to go, but knowing I would have a place to put them, looking at the fireplace I have been dreaming of for a very long time, and just knowing that on Wednesday I get a Christmas tree. And I didn't think I was going to be able to buy a Christmas tree this year. All transparency, I'm investing a lot of money into my business and into my ventures, and I just didn't think I would have the ability to buy myself a Christmas tree. And so I was just getting okay with the fact that I wasn't going to have a Christmas tree. And it kind of gutted me, not gonna lie, but I was like, you know what, Megan, you need to sacrifice some things now so you can have and benefit from it later. And so that's what I did. I was like, all right, cool. But on Black Friday, I was able to score a tree, and my mom actually bought me everything I needed for the tree. And I just am so grateful. I'm so grateful because even when you think everything is out of your reach, or you're not going to be able to get certain things, or you're not going to be able to have certain things, somehow, some way, an angel of whatever sort comes into your life, and they allow you to see that anything is possible. And I really hope that if you are struggling, especially during the holiday season, because I know it's hard, and there's so much expectations and so much pressure and life and everything like that. And recently I gave money to a friend and who's in need, and I really just hope that this winter and this holiday season, even though you are in a season of darkness, you are still able to give to those who have less. Because when we give to those who have less, we then are able to live out things we never thought possible. And I know it sounds counterintuitive, and I know it sounds a little wonky, but if you are in your season of darkness, don't give up. Outline what you want. Say, this is where I will go. This is what I will get. This is the bones of what I want and where I want to live and of a space I want to call my home. Then work towards how you're going to fill the space. How, if you want a new job, what are you going to put on your desk? You know, if you want a new house, what kind of welcome mat are you going to get? What is your kitchen going to look like? If you want, actively purchase things for it, because then the universe knows you're working towards it, and it will also work towards it as well. And then when you do get it, because you will, just practice gratitude around it. Practice gratitude around the space that you have, around everything that you once desired. Right now, I'm looking out at the water in my podcast room. Just mind blown that this started as a thought, then it started as a universal, all right, let's get this moving. I bought stuff for a house I didn't have. The universe worked together. I've been living in this house since almost a year. I moved in February, and it's just a great blessing. It is everything I need. It is everything for me and Cove. It is decorated to me. I get to express how much I love decorating. I never knew how much I loved interior design until I moved into here, and it brings me so much peace and so much joy and so much happiness decorating. And I would have never known that if I didn't have a space to call my own and if I didn't finally settle. So again, if you are going through a season of darkness, practice gratitude, practice intentionality, practice shaping and understanding what it is you want, and put it out there. Let people know. And when people know and the universe knows, it can work with you to help you get to what you want. So I hope that you found this helpful episode, this episode helpful. And if you are struggling with not having a space to call your own, just know, keep working, keep thinking, keep grinding, keep saying, keep hoping, keep praying, keep wishing, keep doing, keep telling, and it will come. So thank you so much for joining me on this episode. And just know, I understand, I feel you. Practice gratitude. Gratitude will change your life. Gratitude will change your life. That is a fact. When you practice gratitude and just look around and feel the gratitude, it's not just words, it's a feeling. What do you feel? Okay, one funny story before we head out. So Thanksgiving was the other day, and we were all gathered around the table, and I was with my mom and her significant other's family. It was me, my mom, and then his family. And someone at the table said, all right, let's go around and say what we're thankful for. And I go, me. And everyone thought I meant I was grateful for me, but I just wanted to say I wanted to go first. And so I said, everyone's like, well, we aren't shocked that you're grateful for you. I was like, but I am grateful for me. Now that I think about it, I was like, I'm grateful for the healing journey I am on. I'm grateful that I'm able to be grateful for me. I am grateful that I know who I am, understand what I need, and continue to work on knowing who I am. I am grateful for that. So then I thought, don't feel bad about celebrating yourself, because only you know who you are. So I hope that my awkward encounter at the Thanksgiving table allows you to just see choosing yourself, celebrating yourself, ain't nothing to it but to do it, okay? Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode and that little story. But for now, Megan herself out. Oh, just kidding. One more thing. I have exclusive content for you in the description box. So go ahead and check down there. It's meganherself.co/juicy, and you can get a free exclusive episode. And each month you'll be getting some more exclusive things. So go ahead and sign up for that. It is in the comments below. And then I'm also working on something so exciting, and I'm just so happy to share. I'm working on a community membership situation. It's going to be $1 a day. So if you are interested, keep your eyes peeled for that, because I'll be dropping it probably near the new year, maybe a little bit sooner. But if you are interested, go ahead and let me know. Slide into my DMs, Megan herself on Instagram, and I'll be more than happy to chat with you about it. I am so excited. This project is like my heart and soul. So, so grateful. I'm so grateful I'll be able to bring women together and create an army of strong, empowered, confident women that are there for each other. And I'm just so grateful that I get to do that. And I'm so happy and I'm so excited. And I just can't wait for you to see it. So all that to say, thank you for listening. I'm so grateful for you. And I hope you, if you're in your season of suck, know it will get better soon. You just have to be intentional with your mind, your time, your purchases, and your energy. All right. Goodbye.